Check of local news in just a few minutes, but first we want to head on over to meteorologist Lisa Green as we are looking at that all-important forecast for the big holiday week. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. Well, this morning we are starting off, if you're hitting the roads for your travel destinations, whether it be just heading to work today or you're hitting the road to enjoy the rest of the holiday week. Well, we're looking at some spotty areas of snow on the roads, but we're already clearing things out after some snow showers move through. You can see on our sky cam here as we look off to the east in Fargo, those breaks in those clouds and the sun getting ready to shine for us here today. Here's a look at our travel forecast for you. Now, this morning you'll want to use caution because of that fresh snow on some of our roadways and conditions that might be a little slick for you this morning. But green lights heading into the afternoon and into the evening hours. Won't be perfect, but we'll see some melting going on as our temperatures rise. The sun will do a little work at melting some of those areas of snow and ice on asphalt surfaces. And conditions just look better as we continue on through the day. Perfect timing for tree lighting coming up for later tonight in downtown Fargo. And a look at your current temperatures. Starting off pretty mildly. We're in the 20s right now. 22 degrees in Bemidji and in Grand Forks. Fargo's at 23. We're looking at 21 in Devil's Lake. A few flakes still lingering, but most of the snow has moved on. If you're traveling eastward, you may run into some of that here this morning. Just a couple of flakes up by Lake of the Woods. And a look at your planner here for today. Expect temperatures to be on the rise. Back into some 20s to some low 30s, and look at all that sunshine. Should be quite nice here and into your holiday as well. Keeping things dry Wednesday, and for Thursday, maybe a few flakes in the morning hours, but right now it doesn't look too impactful. So pretty decent weather heading into your Thanksgiving holiday and beyond into the weekend as well.
Yeah, that's what we like to see is a lot of folks getting ready to hit the road this morning, or in the coming days, I should say, Lisa.
You bet. And a couple of days of this, there's not really going to be a big system that affects us or any major events that really just slows us down at any point in time here in the forecast, at least for the next 7 days.
Okay, sounds good. Lisa, thank you. 6:54 right now. Verbal and emotional abuse. Those are claims from current and past NDSU cheerleaders, describing their now former coach, Verona Winkler. We received several messages from former students who were part of the NDSU cheer squad, and they're claiming the bad treatment from Winkler goes back to 2018. They say she forced students to practice while injured and addressed a student's weight in front of everyone. One cheerleader says the coach would make threats of violence toward the students.
I've heard her say things like, I want to throw this chair at you. I could stomp on your face right now.
We interviewed 10 former cheerleaders about allegations against Winkler and requested on several occasions to interview Winkler, but we were denied by Athletic Director Matt Larson and Associate Athletic Director Colleen Heimstead. They deny any knowledge of allegations against the former cheer coach. Now tonight on Valley News Live, you can catch the second part of this investigation. We'll hear from a former cheerleader who says he was forced to perform with an injury. New this morning, the West Fargo Police Department is just about ready to roll out a new dashboard that will give the public real-time access to crime trends, arrest data, crashes, traffic stops, and much more. Police Chief Dennis Otterness says the Community Transparency Dashboard is meant to enhance trust between the police department and the community. Now, he presented the dashboard to the West Fargo City Commission last night. It has been in the works for nearly a year with the help of their criminal intelligence analysts. Almost all information will be public with the exception of open and active cases. Certain data will also be left out to protect crime victims, particularly juveniles. Now they are working on integrating the dashboard into the current police department page on the city website with the hopes of launching that dashboard sometime next week. Fargo police are confirming 2 men found dead over the weekend were murdered, but that they don't have any suspects yet. That shooting took place early Saturday morning in the 1000 block of 15th Street North. That's where police found the bodies of 27-year-old Kyrie Davies and 28-year-old Jaquan Gatewood. They were both found dead of gunshot wounds. Police say the men were at a gathering at a home, but neither of them lived there. They also believe that there is no threat to the public. Now, friends and family describe Gatewood and Davies as opposing rappers, but police don't believe that played a role in the shooting. We have a reminder about a candlelight vigil tonight in downtown Fargo in memory and support of the victims of the Colorado shooting over the weekend. The vigil is at 6 o'clock this evening at Broadway Square. Also happening in Broadway Square, the Fargo Parks District is lighting it up tonight, and you're welcome to join in. They'll be hitting the lights on the 30-foot tall Christmas tree at Broadway Square from 5:30 to 9. This free event will feature hot chocolate, live music, and even a reindeer. Bison football fans aren't the only ones who know how to fill up the Fargo Dome. Students are returning to the Dome this morning to pack up food donations for the Great Plains Food Bank. Some kids even set up donations in their own unique decorating style. Students say they love being able to partake in a great cause with their friends.
You and your family are going on a trip December 11th to Hawaii for 1 whole week.
To some happy news, it's a wish come true for a Fargo 13-year-old who is battling cancer. She'll be putting on her hula skirt and heading to Hawaii. Marie Hansen has been fighting Hodgkin's lymphoma since last winter. She plays on the Discovery Middle School basketball team and says she started noticing changes to her health during last season. Now, she first thought it was exhaustion, but it turned out to be cancer. It's been a fight to better health, and now she will soon be hopping on a plane to visit a place she's always dreamed of. Marie says the first thing she wants to do when she's there is jump in the ocean. We have an update on a story we told you about yesterday on the Valley Today, and what could be a sign of the future for North Dakota school transportation. Mapleton now has a check in hand to become one of the first schools in the state to get an electric school bus. Representatives from the EPA and North Dakota's Director of Environmental Quality presented the school with a check for $395,000. That's so they can buy that e-bus. The superintendent says the change will also affect how their students view gas versus electric. The cities of Enderlin and Glen Ullin are also getting e-buses. They say they hope to have them by next school year. The Today Show and CBS Mornings are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. You can find more news and weather coming up right now on the Fargo CW. That's where we'll find Lisa Green as we check in to see what you can expect on this holiday travel week forecast. Otherwise, have a great Tuesday, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Right now on the Valley Today, what could be one of the biggest travel weeks in history as Americans prepare for Thanksgiving. Also ahead, Valley News Live investigates claims of abuse within the NDSU cheer team. Also ahead this morning on the Valley Today, we have the latest on breaking news about a Chinese factory fire that claimed the lives of dozens. And we are starting our weather trend with more toward average temperatures out there. That's pretty nice. Lisa Green is in letting us know what to expect as we head into the holiday week. Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday, November 22nd, 2022. The Valley Today starts right now.
This is the Valley Today on Fargo CW.
We have a big travel week ahead for many of us. All eyes are on the weather. About 54 million Americans are expected to be on the move for Thanksgiving. So we want to get a check of what you can expect when you head out the door this morning and for the holiday week with Lisa Green. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. Yeah, it's going to get busier and busier out on the roadways. And the good news is that we're not looking at any major events affecting us in the Red River Valley. In fact, this morning may be our most impactful travel that we've got going on. You see here in our Devil's Lake Skycam, this is a live view. Notice the tire tracks in the lot there.
Fresh tracks right there.
Fresh, and that is the key here. We've had some light snow move through overnight, so that might impact you on your roadway or your travels on the roadways here for today.
Okay, yeah, I'll let you explain the rest of it here, and I'll take it away here, Lisa.
Sounds great. Clear skies though right now, so that means snow showers winding down. You can see a little sliver of that crescent moon as well, and just a beautiful morning to start off here in Devil's Lake. So we just want you to be aware that even if snow isn't coming down, it may be affecting you on the roads. Here's a look at our temperatures. We're below freezing, so of course that's not going anywhere until we treat it. Looking at 21 degrees in Fargo, or Devil's Lake rather, we're at 20 degrees right now. Wind out of the west-southwest at 13, so not too strong. It is out of a direction, that generally southerly or westerly direction. Both of those areas and in between tend to be directions where the air moving in is warmer, and that is going to start warming us up here for today. So some good weather to come, but again, be careful out on the roads. Here's a look at the latest. You can see that we've had some snow showers moving through. Those have been pushing east pretty quickly, so that's the good news. Still a couple of pockets here in eastern parts of our viewing area where we're still under the clouds and still seeing some of that patchy light snow. Again, out to the west, places like Devil's Lake, Jamestown have already cleared out and quieted down. But if you need to travel further on here, looking at conditions that are going to be a little more snowy in the Great Lakes, especially the upper Great Lakes here this morning. So northern parts of Wisconsin, the UP of Michigan, as that a little round of weather moves through. But beyond that, it is pretty quiet in the tri-state area. If you're flying to Minneapolis, I think you should be just fine here this morning. And Chicago even's looking pretty quiet as well. So not too bad for travel. If you're staying put, well, we've got a good night ahead of us tonight for that tree lighting forecast in Fargo. Here's a look at our forecast here for today. Expect clearing skies. If you're not already seeing clear skies, you will eventually here this morning. And so we're looking at temperatures reaching those 30s. Not bad at all for being out and about here for the afternoon. Nice and quiet and clear. And if you're heading out to the tree lighting tonight, it's officially at 5:30. But if you're heading out a little sooner than that, getting a good spot, well, temperatures at 5 o'clock, right around 28 degrees or so. Clear skies at that point, lighter wind. But temperatures will be below freezing. So it's one of those nights where it's not going to be miserable to be outside, but you're still going to want to dress properly for being out and celebrating and kicking off that Christmas season in the Fargo-Moorhead area. Now, heading into the rest of the week, we're looking at some warmer weather coming our way and chances for precipitation starting to get on the lower end. So some good news there. We're not completely free and clear though. So when I come back, we're going to talk about that coming up for your Thanksgiving holiday forecast and beyond coming up. But today, warming up just in time for all of us to be out and about, and we'll get that snow cleared off the roads too with those warmer temperatures and sunshine helping to melt it as well.
Yeah, maybe pick the ice away on the steps too, so when you're carrying in the bird, you don't fall on them.
Great idea.
Yeah, all right, Lisa, thank you this morning. 7:05 right now, verbal and emotional abuse. Those are the claims from current and past NDSU cheerleaders describing their now former coach, Verona Winkler. Now, we received several messages from former students who were a part of the NDSU cheer squad, and they are claiming the bad treatment from Winkler goes back to 2018. They say she forced students to practice while injured and addressed a student's weight in front of everyone. One cheerleader even says the coach would make threats of violence toward the students.
I've heard her say things like, I want to throw this chair at you. I could stomp on your face right now.
We interviewed 10 former cheerleaders about allegations against Winkler and requested on several occasions to interview Winkler, but we were denied by Athletic Director Matt Larson and Associate Athletic Director Colleen Heimstead. They denied any knowledge of allegations against the former cheer coach. Tonight on Valley News Live, you can catch the second part of our investigation. We'll hear from a former cheerleader who says he was forced to perform with an injury. Fargo police are now confirming 2 men found dead over the weekend were murdered, but they don't have any suspects. That shooting took place early Saturday morning in the 1000 block of 15th Street North. That's where police found the bodies of 27-year-old Kyrie Davies and 28-year-old Jaquan Gatewood, both dead of gunshot wounds. Police say the men were at a gathering at a home, but neither of them lived there. Friends and family describe Gatewood and Davies as opposing rappers, but police don't believe that played a role in the shooting. A Grand Forks man will spend 50 days in jail after firing several rounds at a home this summer. 27-year-old Kyle Jeans was convicted of reckless endangerment after the June 19th incident. Officers were called to the 1900 block of South 12th Street, where they found several shell casings on the ground. No one was hurt. Here's the latest on a fire near Georgetown, Minnesota. We first told you about yesterday on the Valley Today. The Clay County Sheriff is now confirming that a farm building is destroyed from an early morning fire. Several area fire departments were called to the 1500 block of 190th Avenue Northwest. That's just north of Moorhead along Highway 75. A tractor and four-wheelers inside the shop were also destroyed. One person is being treated for serious injuries after being pulled from a burning vehicle along I-29 in Richland County. It happened Sunday afternoon near Highway 13. A retired paramedic who was passing by a crash scene was the first on scene to help, and they got everyone out by the time deputies arrived. One passenger was then flown to the trauma center in Fargo. 2 other people have minor injuries. Straight ahead on the Fargo CW, a wish come true for a Fargo girl who has been fighting for her life.